Hey friends, welcome to Woman Owned Wallet, the podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Dare, a serial entrepreneur who has already made all of the money mistakes, so you don't have to. Now I'm working on my money mindset, expanding my companies, and having open conversations with women around a subject that shouldn't be so taboo, money. My company, Woman Owned Wallet, and I are determined to help you foster a more positive relationship with your wallet and help you create a life that makes you say, wow. Hey, moneymakers! Welcome back to another episode of Woman Owned Wallet, the podcast. Today, I am joined by two, yes, I said it two. I've never had two guests on at the same time before. This is going to be the most fun threesome that you've ever watched.
Yeah.
I have Kat and Allison here to talk all about their amazing relationship, about networking, and about the ultimate product party, which I cannot wait to attend yet again. So welcome to the podcast, ladies.
Thanks so much for having
Thanks for having us.
Yes, of course. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed. So first off, I just want to tell y'all how I met. First up, Kat, I met her because one of the very first products that I ever bought for Wow, the gift shop, was her brand, Kitty Meow. So Kat, can you give us a little lowdown about Kitty Meow?
Yeah, so Kitty Meow is not a crazy cat lady brand. I'm more of a dog person. Not that there's anything wrong with cats. I'm a lover of all animals. But the Kitty Meow brand is just like fun and fierce and kind of sexy, fancy, little edgy, but not all the time. We can be sweet and charming and thoughtful. So it's this combination of whatever mood you might be feeling. If you're feeling witty, we got stuff with black envelopes and cool design for that. If you're feeling more sweet, those are the plush envelope cards. And you purchased, I specifically remember this, one of my big ass goals notebook. And lots of times retailers are asking me for my photos. But girl, you got in there and you did your own photo shoot with my products and then you sent them my way. I mean, that was just so amazing. And I really, really appreciated that.
Oh, yay. I actually think I have even more to send you. So
Well, don't hold back, friend.
Never. I'm not one to hold back. I'll get you a Google Drive all together and make sure you have all the amazingness.
And all your free time. Yeah.
All the free time that I have, but don't worry, I have a great team and we will get it to you. Also, you started UPP or Ultimate Product Party with Allison, and Allison also owns her own business. So Allison, tell us all about your business.
Hi, my name's Allison Carter, and yes, I am the party side of Ultimate Product Party. But I have a company called Allison Carter Celebrates, and I help creative entrepreneurs get visibility on the internet by showing up as themselves and making money while doing it. So we talk a lot about content and media features, PR strategy, and just an overall comprehensive, like, how the hell do we get eyeballs on our shiz so we can sell more stuff and serve more clients and have fun while doing it.
And I remember specifically taking your breakout session at UPP last year, and you basically just telling people for PR, like, just be a human, like, don't be a robot. Like, people want to know your story.
Yeah.
Like, tell them the full story and don't be such a weirdo about it.
Don't be in it for yourself. Number one rule of PR, nobody cares about you. They only care about their audience, as Amanda does right now, which is she's graciously is putting us in front of all of these fabulous moneymakers and trusting us to serve you well. And we're going to show up like the two wonderful humans that we are and one, put on a good show because, you know, we are good time gals, but two, like, really help with some nuggets in serving and helping you grow your businesses and make more money too. Like, that's why we're here.
You guys know that I put people on this podcast that are all about putting money in the wallets of women, just like we are. And these two women that are joining us today couldn't be better examples of that. Like, I had the most fun at the Ultimate Product Party. And as someone who's been in the product-based business arena for almost 14 years now, like, I've done every different kind of part of it. And now I'm even just like dipping my toe into services because, like, I'm like, oh, I feel like I've like mastered some of this product business vibe and I'm ready to take on even more challenges. But first up, what is Ultimate Product Party, y'all? Like, how can we explain it to somebody who has never heard of Ultimate Product Party before.
Well, Ultimate Product Party is a 2-day creative conference geared specifically towards the product-based business owner. So meaning if you have a physical product that you can hold in your hands, whether you made it, whether someone else made it, whether you bought it from someone else who made it, that is what we consider a product-based business owner. You know the shipping woes, you know all of the roller coaster of emotions that go with shipping products in the freaking mail. And Allison met at a creative conference, and it was always service-based industry jargon. We're like, hello, how can we apply this to product-based business owners? And they're like, I don't really know. And I mean, Allison and I have a long history, but long story short, we're like, let's do this. Let's make our own event just for product-based business owners. And it was just kind of born with that, with the support of women just like you who are like, I want to contribute my knowledge in any capacity in my zone of genius. And yeah, so this year it's in Nashville. Last year was in Scottsdale, bringing the party to Nashville this year in May. And we have over 30 speakers coming to educate our attendees on all the different hats they might possibly wear in growing a product-based business, from PR to wholesale to accounting to taxes to TikTok to, well, you want to be a subscription box owner, you want to have something more passive with drop shipping. Like, I mean, there's so many things, there's so many avenues, and we want people to come and network and feel empowered and go home and be like, okay, I got a plan in place to like do the damn thing.
Oh my God. I mean, I was already coming, but like, can I sign up again?
Yes,
What a beautiful description of like all the amazingness that I know this event to be. Like, I love it. And even though I said like, I feel like I got that mastery level of product-based business. Like I've designed so many, marketed so many, I have physical storefront, all of those things. There was still so much like information that I left with. So this year I was like, oh my God, I can drive to Nashville. It is literally 3 hours from Louisville. I'm obsessed with Nashville anyway. People usually think Louisville's pretty southern. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. So like all the y'alls are going to be coming out every 5 minutes.
Yes.
I'm planning my outfits. I'm like going all out for this because, this girl loves to dress up.
And
I have these. Well, maybe don't worry about it. Like I want to surprise you guys, but I do have metallic pink cowgirl boots to wear with my outfit. And I also have a bedazzled pair. So I have two, one for each day of amazing footwear, which usually is actually my like the hardest thing for me to find. So I'm going to make a whole outfit based around them. And I'm very excited about it. Very excited. Maybe even more pink, more money.
Yes, that's the UPP vibe. We always say this ain't your daddy's business conference. This is fun, fashionable, high energy. You're going to learn a lot, but you're going to have a badass time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like you guys said you met at a creative conference. Like, tell me more about that, like, first meeting of you guys together, because I feel like what we're really promoting today and like talking about, which we all agree with, is that going to networking events is so incredibly important, and you never know what's going to come out of it. So deep dive a little bit. Tell me the story. I want to sit back with my little Starbies right now and just listen to the vibes of besties, especially biz besties, because those are my faves, coming together. It's like, let's do a little fireside moment.
Okay. It all started at a hotel lobby with two girls who love to eat, but were starved to death at this conference that didn't feed us. So we knew just independently of one another that if we wanted to have one meal for the day, then we needed to take it into our own hands and serve ourselves and order and pay for ourselves to have breakfast at the hotel lobby. So we were both staying at the same hotel. I went downstairs. I was with a big group of girlfriends at that conference, but for some reason that day I was destined to be eating alone at the breakfast avocado toast. And next to me was Kat and another girl. And I am an extrovert, and I'm like, why am I at this conference full of women like eating breakfast by myself? So I'm like, hi Like, who are you? What's your business? Like, I'm Allison. And it was Kat. And I just felt like I knew her and I had seen her products before. My background is in the party space. I created a big business in holidays and celebrations that someone ended that chapter in last June. But so I felt like I knew her, even though I never met her or whatever. So we just kind of started talking and eating breakfast together. And then we totally went our separate ways, didn't see each other like the rest of that time. But Kat was someone who just kept kind of like popping up at different events, or obviously we followed each other on Instagram and would like DM each other, whatever, keep in contact. And then it was like, oh, I'm going to this event too. Oh, okay, let's meet up for a drink. Like, oh, I'm going to this event and I'm bringing my husband. I am too. Let's meet up. And we just kept like having these moments and then continued our like internet friendship. Kat actually used to live in a neighboring town to me years prior that we like could have been, real life soulmates, but it's okay. We're soulmates over the texting. And so we just kept our relationship going. And then Kat joined my mastermind that I was running for PR and visibility. And we went to Nashville as a retreat for that group. And that is where this idea was born. But our story really is a testament to meeting someone with like no intention of becoming legit 50-50 partners of an actual corporation one day. Like we would have never guessed that that was our trajectory, just sitting and having breakfast one day at a hotel. And you never know who that next bestie or that next connection or that next like hookup could possibly be at an event. And I think that that is the power, because you go and you are open to meeting people. You're putting yourself out there, even though it's scary to like shuffle over on a booth and say like, hey, you want to put our tables together? Like, and be friends. I'm an extrovert, but even that is not the most comfortable, but you still put yourself out there, because what if I'd never introduced myself to Kat? What if Ultimate Product Party like never was a thing? And it was a thing because we were both starving and needed some eggs.
Some eggs, some avocado toast, just some vibes.
That was probably having like French toast or pancakes or something. An egg person.
Oh my gosh, I'm such a like brunch bitch. Like I literally have like a little thing from Starbucks now. Like I need like eggs like every morning. Like I need them in my life. I need a little eggs Benny moment.
Oh my God. And you need to eat. Like, when you're on a full day of learning and connecting, you need to eat. And we knew that about ourselves. We were responsible adults, and it brought us together.
Yeah. I feel like that's what the universe was saying. It's like, okay, I'm going to introduce you with like the best possible thing ever, breakfast, done. And then move on to, oh, you keep seeing each other. Like, you're going to do something, like something amazing is going to come out of this. We just have to like find it. And I feel like, especially in Louisville, like my woman-owned business connections are just far and wide. I've been around for such a long time here that I have some from like a decade ago to 14 years ago to today. Like, and I always introduce like myself, and I'm never like expecting of somebody to know who I am. Even at my own event that I hosted, I was like, hey, I'm Amanda. And they're like, oh, cool. What do you do? And I was just like, because there was 550 people there. I don't expect all of them to know my ass. Like, I'm just like, here I am. Like, obviously in the most amazing outfit and having like these like heart things all over my head and just having fun. But like, I never expect that. So, but when I want to do something new or when I want to get out there, I have a wide network of women, if I didn't want to go by myself, to invite to come with me. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what, really attracts us all to each other, is like, we know you're down. If you're going to go to this conference and that conference, like, I know I can sit next to y'all at anything all over the world. And I would be like, happy as a clam, like super, super happy. So I love that story. And I love that it started with breakfast, because listen, like I said,
food.
I don't even like get up early. Like I'm much more brunchy, but I'm down always. What did you have for breakfast that day, Kat? Do you remember as vividly as the French toast?
I did not have French toast. I probably had one of those like egg scramble things with lettuce. I mean, it was a nice hotel, and they don't have, it's not like Denny's. They had some
It was a nice hotel. It was a nice
overly
brunch.
priced little teeny breakfast bowl. So
Yeah. And when Allison came over and was like, hi, like, were you like, oh God, this girl? Or were you like, fuck yes?
I felt like I also knew her, but
Yeah.
just her name. I don't know if Carter is just a very popular last name, but just something about her. Like I felt like I had known her. And I remember she had her business cards printed on these coasters, and that's what she gave me. And like Allison said, we didn't see each other for the rest of the conference. We kind of connected on Instagram. I remember I asked her opinion about making this big investment in my business with another company, and she advised me not to do it. And I'm like, but it could be good. And she's like, nope, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. And it was a big mistake. So I wish I would have listened to her, but I needed to learn for myself. But quickly, I learned that Allison was the type of person who, one, truly was authentic and cared. But more importantly than that, like she always shoots straight with you. She's not going to tell you what she thinks you want to hear. She's going to give you her sometimes a little bit brash, but always loving opinion. And that's like when her mastermind was over, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I not going to be able to like be your friend again? Do I need to keep paying you? And that's how she reeled me in with Ultimate Product Party against my will, because in my mind, I'm like, this event is going to be a lot of work and I'm not prepared for this, but she pushed us. So here we are.
I love to hear it. And I love a straight shooter. I'm very straight shooting as well. Like, I'm just like, just don't lie to me, you know, like, let's just have real conversations. Like, I've been around too long. I don't give a fuck. Like, let's just chat about it. I'm like, that's why I consider myself this like open book. And when I asked y'all some questions for today, you said we're open books, but we're also open checkbooks. All of us, you know, we're open to talking about money. That's the way I think of myself. I'm an open checkbook. It doesn't mean I'll write you a check, but it does mean that I'll show you what it looks like, because this shit's expensive. This shit is hard, and this shit is worth it. At the end of the day, no matter how much like I've gone through to get to this point, I'm at this point and I wake up happier than I ever have in my entire life. Every single day, I feel like I'm just sinking more into myself and understanding my business and all of the avenues it can do. And I felt like at Ultimate Product Party, I mean, I'm not sure how many attendees were there. How many were there last year? Do you remember?
Like 100.
100? Yeah. So like surrounding yourself with like 100 women that understand you already in the same room. Like, I don't think I could think of anything better. Magic. I mean, you might not know this about me, but I had I love all the men in my life. Like, I have amazing relationships with my husband, my brother, I have like 8 brothers because my husband's family has been divorced and we have so many, and my dad and everybody. And I have like 4 uncles. Like, my mom is very masculine energy, and I just wanted to be surrounded by girlies. I'm like, let's go. But I hid that inside for such a long time. And now I'm not. I'm like, nope. My favorite color is fucking pink. I don't care. And, you know, I'm just going to like let femininity and money and business actually all be together. And like all through my 20s and all through my business, The New Black, I thought masculine energy was like the only way you could be in business. And I was just like, well, fuck this. But every time I put myself in a room with a bunch of women, I feel so right inside my body. And Ultimate Product Party did that for me yet again. So I'm so excited that I got to go all the way out to Scottsdale. I stayed in a house with, I want to say it was like 8 other ladies.
The fun house.
We stayed in the Scott's Dolls house, and we literally still talk today, you guys.
I love that. I love that.
Isn't that the best? I was like, they're going to love to hear that we're actually like planning our Dolly Dream House vibes for Nashville as well. We're trying to stay together.
I love that.
We have a Slack channel too, so we can all like chat if we want to. I told y'all.
Love that. That's what it's all about. Yep. You can choose to not do that, or you can choose to make lifelong friends. The choice is ultimately up to you.
Oh my gosh, I totally agree. And like, we were just in like our DMs and stuff. And this year I have some of my staff coming with me. And so I added them into there, and like, they're all so sweet to my staff. Like, we're all just ready to continue building those relationships and ready to go to UPP again.
Love
So
it.
excited. I know. I can't wait because I had to pack like a bag last time, to fly to Scottsdale, but I'm a driver. Like I love to drive places because I'm a pack rat and I want to bring everything fucking with me. And I think this time I'm bringing my pink shopping cart with me.
You better. It's on my
with the disco
list.
balls.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
We're planning on it, so please do.
I was like, did I make that up? I did not, because I'm bringing it. Don't worry.
It's on our
Took it out of my
board.
window. Yay! Well, I have a big one, like a large one, like that you use at the supermarket. I didn't steal it. Somebody else did. I don't know where it came from, but I painted it pink, filled it with disco balls. And now I have like a child size one and I have like a mini one.
So fun.
Chihuahua size.
We've got every single size coming with us. We are ready to go.
Do you own a product-based business and want to take it to the next level? Or maybe you have an idea for creating and selling a product, but you're unsure of where to start. Well, hold on to your panties, y'all. I have the event just for you. Introducing the Ultimate Product Party. UPP, or Ultimate Product Party, is a creative business conference for product-based business owners, but it ain't your typical business conference. It's a freaking party. The UPP co-hosts Allison and Kat bring the energy and the fun when it comes to growing and scaling your product-based business. UPP is thoughtfully curated to cover all the bases of your product business through 25 plus speakers and workshops. I'm talking taxes, legal, product photography, outsourcing, introducing new revenue streams, pricing and production, selling wholesale, business funding, and so much more. I spoke at their event in 2022, and I'm joining the party again in 2023 with a breakout workshop on business funding, cleverly titled Marry, Fuck, Kill. If this sounds like what you need to take action in your business, I want to see you at the Ultimate Product Party in Nashville on May 17th and 18th of 2023. The UPP party is happening at Clementine Hall, and word on the street is that it's gonna be even more epic than last year. So what are you waiting for? Head over to the show notes and snag your ticket to join me at the Ultimate Product Party. I promise you won't regret it.
Absolutely, y'all cultivated like this amazing experience to be able to, like you could walk up to anybody and ask them any question and they wouldn't have been like, ew, bye. Like they would have been like, tell me more, like I can't wait to talk to you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like probably the combination of both of you coming together was that magic sauce of like, these really cool people from being in business such a long time and you're putting them all in the same room.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was just happy to be part of it. I was so happy to be there.
That you were part of it. But we were very, very intentional with that. So when we were planning this event and we were saying like, okay, what are the things about events that we love that we want to include in the Ultimate Product Party? Or what are the things that we like do not like? And the number one thing on the list was that we did not like is speakers are up here and attendees are down here and they're untouchable and they are like, oh, no, I'm a speaker. And like, no, we don't play that game at UPP. Like we want everybody to sit with everybody. So speakers for us, it is important for them to have in their contract that they are participating. They are going to sessions. They are interacting with guests. They are answering questions. They are asking questions. Like they are there also to build their own businesses while serving their magical secret sauce zone of genius with the audience as well. And that is really, really important to us and really intentionally built out because the number one thing we get in DMs is, I don't know anyone. I'm coming by myself. I don't know if this is for me because I don't know anyone. And like 90+% probably don't know anyone either. Like you're not alone in coming, not knowing anyone, and you are going to leave like Amanda did with a house full of girls that they talk to all the time and that they're staying with again. And who knows what that relationship's going to continue unfolding. Like they could have a, yearly, like a get together. They do their own peer led mastermind. Like there's so many opportunities for that connection to grow. But unless you took a chance and said like, okay, I'm putting myself in that room, knowing that I don't know anyone, that wouldn't have happened. And our promise really, and we can be totally confident in saying this, we attract rad chicks. Like we attract inclusive, kind, empowering, encouraging women who want to see you do well, and your success is their success and our success. And we are not fans of catty competition. No, we don't play that game. And so I really that's the thing that we're most proud of with the event, is how amazing the group and the community of people that come are.
God, absolutely. I mean, I felt that from the second I walked in the room, and I flew out there by myself, and I think I got there at like 11 the night before and had to leave like 5 or something the second day, just because that's how my flights worked out. So we're even going down to Nashville like a little bit early to hang out with the girls. And we have some products that we purchased from a few stores down there that we're going to go visit our vendors. We're going to go hang out with them and like showcase them a little bit. And like I said, driving down probably with a big U-Haul full of greenery wall backdrops for our little vendor booth as well. We're really excited. And we've got our disco cowgirl earrings that we're bringing. Like that's our most like viral product that we've had. And the girl that makes those is in Nashville. So I was just like, this is so great.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what the other location was that you guys were choosing between, because of course these ladies are amazing at telling the whole story of planning their event. And I was like, oh no. But when you announced Nashville, I was like, fuck yes, this is going to be so much fun. And it is such a vibe, like, I mean, there's so much going around with like, obviously the disco balls and with like, it's not even country. It's a little bit more like Western influence to me, because I think we're all realizing how like gritty and strong and like, I guess just intentional that you have to be like in the West, the wild, wild West. Like sometimes our country feels like that. So I feel like that's why we're all attracted to it. What did you say?
Nashville is a creative, electric city, and you can feel the creative magic when you go into Nashville. Like the amount of talent in that city is wild, and it just is like on fire. And so we were in Nashville when we thought of the idea of Ultimate Product Party. And so after the success of last year, it only made sense to bring it back to its roots. And it's just going to be the most fun time. And we're bringing Nashville into the Clementine Hall, which is our venue. And it's very close to downtown. It's very close to Broadway, but we're bringing Broadway to the Clementine. We're hiring a band. We're turning the venue into a honky tonk, like girls dance party the night of the last day on Thursday night to really just celebrate the magic that is Nashville, but just to like have fun and let loose and continue to connect as friends and also business owners. But just have a drink, shake your ass, moneymaker, to like the singers on the stage, and just like have fun. Like business is supposed to be fun. We're our own bosses. That's fun.
We don't have like that many peers, especially being like so many of us are solopreneurs. It's like, if we don't take that time to find our peers and to normalize our lives, like it does feel like a bit more of a distraction to run a business than the action. Like I want to make actionable moves every day, like small ones, big ones, whatever. But to get to that place that allows me to have this fun, this freedom, this feeling that I'm really aligned with what I'm doing, and going to these events has really created a lot of that for me. So I feel like you guys said, at your first, or the event where you met, there wasn't any food. And I will tell you, y'all fed me super good at UPP. So
that was
another important thing.
I know. I want to go through some of these important things. So we've got the vibes. We've got you can sit with us. We are not cliquey here. Like speakers are just humans running businesses like y'all. And then we have the food. So I'm like, ooh, I'm getting hungry. It's getting close to lunchtime. Like, are you guys feeding us really well again this year? I feel like you got to have something up your sleeve for that.
Well, with the venue last year, we just you just don't know what you don't know. And we paid a lot of money for food that was just okay. So, as you do more events, you're like, okay, well, don't do this again.
Salad day 2 was not worth $37, Amanda. Thank you. That it was very nice, but no, that was a $13 salad, not a $37 salad.
I didn't understand the price per plate. Gotcha now.
Neither did we.
We didn't either.
Okay, got it. But you had the coffee truck too. That was good.
We had coffee truck because we love coffee, and not just basic bitch drip coffee. We love a good latte. We're going to have something a little bit different at UPP Nashville, but it's still going to be fun and still going to be leveled up than basic drip coffee, which nothing wrong with that. But this is a vibe, and we want to treat people and wine and dine them a little bit. And then we have a local Nashville caterer working with us to have more of a Nashville vibe food. And we just want it to be really, really special for all of our attendees. So it's not just like I said, it's not just like a boring conference. It's
yeah.
So what made you guys decide to do 2 days versus 1 day? Could you just not pack it all into one day? There's no way.
We can barely pack it into 2 days.
Yeah. I mean, really, we need 3, but it's a lot. It's a lot of money, one. And so there's our price of it. And then it also I'm sure you could potentially heard this with your event, something that we hear why are events so expensive? Why are the tickets so expensive? And I don't think that people realize what goes into the events to make that ticket price. So last year we didn't know how to we were just figuring out event planning 101, and we were going to the school of hard knocks. We were just figuring out as we built it. We farted out a price, and that was the price that came up for the price last year. We were like, sure, that sounds great. That didn't even come close to covering what it is that we needed to all that went in to make a chance in hell at making any sort of money for us, which is a year process to put this event on. It is a one-time-a-year thing, and it takes the full year to put this event on. And so what people don't realize is every single aspect and touch point costs money. The venue, the food, the decor, the chair that you're sitting in, the TV, everything involved has a cost, and it ain't cheap. So as much as we would love to say any event, open the doors, welcome, come in, pay what you would like, you can't do that. We are running a business. We are not having a free experience. Come immerse yourselves in this learning and walk away for a free price tag. It just doesn't work that way. And now being on the other side, now I look at other events and I'm like, why are you so cheap? Raise that immediately. No. You deserve to make money at this event. You need to make money at this event for it to be worth it. And the Ultimate Product Party is no different. Our price is 100% justified, and actually I think is undercutting ourselves in the amount of value and networking and access you get to the experts and the speakers and Kat and I, and all of branding photos and a welcome happy hour, 2 full days, 8 to 5 of learning, the after party, dance party, of food, drinks, alcohol. It is a lot that goes into that one ticket price. And so when we're opening our checkbooks to create this business, all of that factors in to expecting someone to open their checkbook by handing over that ticket price and saying, yes, this price is so worth the ROI that I'm going to get from coming to this business. Like our attendees have been featured in Target from connections that they made at the event. They've been on podcast tours from all the podcasters that are there. They've like collaborated with each other's brands. Like there's so much networking and actual collaboration and action that has happened from this event that the return on investment is so wildly like a no-brainer. But it's very hard for people to make that first step into making that investment. And like, is it going to be worth it? Is this what I need to be spending our money on? And it's that money mindset thing that really comes into play for a lot of business owners, especially when they're coming to this event for the first time. Like a lot of times UPP is the first time someone's ever invested in an event. And so they really want to know that if they unclench their fist to that money, is that money going to come back to them?
Exactly. And I feel like as you're starting, like, so I just hosted my largest event. I've hosted a lot that had around 100 people. And this is not, our events don't compare. Mine was literally 1 day, 5 hours, like y'all's is 2-day full business conference. Very different. But the idea of like, I had to create this entire world for people to understand why it cost, you know, $20 and $40 to come to this event. And don't get me wrong, like they're not sitting down for educational things, but we had a DJ the whole day. We had pink waffles and specialty cocktails and mocktails. We had 7 backdrops and we had so many, I can't even tell you, like, I think we spent about 6 months on our event and I'm planning the one for October now. That's going to be probably about the same size. Mm-hmm. Every single touch point, like you're saying, the posters on the wall that have the specialty menu, the amount of time I literally just paid staff to email people. Like you literally get down to the nitty gritty. The amount of time I spent dreaming about this, the balloons that we put into it. Oh my gosh, just everything all together. And like we had like one complaint about the price. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, 1 out of 550, there's always going to be one.
There's always going to be one.
For you guys, like I'm interested because obviously I see the value 1,000%, but it is nerve wracking. Now this is your second time around. And obviously you also know the return on investment. You can understand the value. Do you feel like this time, since you have that established background, I guess now, and hosting last year's, does it feel easier this year or harder? I'm just like, is the next one going to be easier, you guys? This was crazy. So how are you feeling going from last year's to this year? Like, what's kind of the vibe around that?
I think we went into year 2 thinking like, oh my gosh, we got one under our belt. This is going to be a slam dunk, easy breezy, sell tickets. We had so many ticket sales on the ticket launch day. And we're like, oh, we're not going to have to work as hard this year because everything's going to fall together. We're just experts now. And like anything, when you practice that money mindset muscle, when you become more familiar with constantly opening up that checkbook, you get more confident. Like the more events you go to, the more you see the power and you're like, yes, that's an easy yes. I'll easily spend $1,000 to go to this event. And with us, while it wasn't necessarily easier how we anticipated it to be, we now have the mindset of we got through this once. Yes, it was hard. It's probably still going to be hard, but we know that we're going to get through it. And we're not coming from a place of lack anymore, where last year it was more of a lack frenzy with the money. And now we know whatever it is, it's going to work out. And we're prepared. We're just along for the ride. And it doesn't mean we're not going to work as hard, but we have a little bit more leg to stand on and know what to expect.
That mindset, that money mindset, and anything that's worth it takes time, and it takes energy. It takes really perfecting that muscle, building that muscle up. And also, I mean, in a way it's a muscle, but it's also the relationship with yourself, with your business partner, with everybody that you speak to. Like I said, I loved watching like y'all pick the next place. And I was like, well, I'm definitely going, like, no matter what, I'm going to be there. Like I would have flown again, but like I said, I'm pumped to drive down to Nashville. But I feel like there's just so much in the idea that the first one often feels so scary. People don't even start. And for me, I have continuously been not worried about starting because, oh my gosh, there's this great TikTok sound that's like, you have to be bad at something before you're really good at it or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you have to try. I mean, I want to go through this life and live it. I want to be enjoying it and being exciting. And I love the risk. And what people don't understand is like business owners, we're taking the risk. And so the financial risk, this whole, not just financial, but creative risk, where you guys are sharing your vibe, your energy, you're sharing your entire vision with the world. And it's difficult for people to visualize that the first time. So for me going into it, I was like, love these ladies, definitely going. No matter what, I'm going to have fun because I always go and I get what I came for. Like I'm there for connection. I'm there for energy. I'm there to learn. And I'm a continual student. I learn something every day, which is the best part about having my business. I used to say like as a employee of other people, like I was just paid to learn. And people forget that like being an employee is great, but get what you came for. If you want to learn, you want to connect, you want to have those, you have to be willing to be that Allison with your avocado toast and sit in the booth next to your cat. Like you kind of have to take those moments and not be so worried about what somebody's going to think of you or whatever. And even as I'm like speaking now, even in this moment, like I've really become more present in my life. Like whatever I need to say today will come out. I used to be like, oh, I can't start the podcast because what if somebody listens to it and doesn't get something from it today? Well, what if somebody listens and does, Amanda? What if that? And what if you just go and you get something out of it today? Like, I mean, I want to be friends with y'all for the rest of my life. So like, I need to be hanging out with you as many times as possible. So no matter what, I'm coming every year and I'm going to bring as many ladies as I can because we be hanging out outside of it and y'all created that vision, that opportunity. And yes, absolutely, you should be paid for the risk that you took with your business. And so many people don't consider that part as well. They're like, what do I get out of it? But what does everybody get out of this? Like the community as women, we need more opportunities to be with each other, to learn from each other. And I learned so many things. And I've gotten clients from UPP and I've made money from UPP. And I've also like hired people from UPP. Like I was on a panel with Ashley from, she's like, hey, party people, why Pink Flamingo. Yes. And literally I walked in and I was like, pink jumpsuit, that's my bitch. Like, I love you. So we chatted a little bit, but we were on the money Q&A panel with you guys or with you, Kat. And since then, she has a gift shop, but also does amazing balloon installations. And her balloon installations, she told me, were like the majority of her business. And for me, my gift shop is the majority of my business. So she texted me not even like 3-4 months ago and was like, hey, like, I just need somebody to like shoot it to me straight. And I knew that I could text you and have a call with you and just be like, how the heck do I make my gift shop as like profitable as I have my balloon business? And I was like, well, how profitable is your balloon business? And she told me, and I was like, shit, guess what I'm doing now? I'm going to add some balloons in. Because like, I mean, I can have this profitable gift shop, but now I need to build up all the other ones. My gift shop is running itself now. We have a full-time manager that's going to be on this season of the podcast as well that everybody gets to meet. Her name is Paige and she's amazing. And so I feel like once you can build that up and you have somebody maintaining it, now my vision is to have this massive umbrella of WOW be the brand, but then have a lot of revenue streams, a lot of businesses that run under it and be mostly like a creative agency at some point. So I feel like, how do I always instill putting money in the wallets of women, putting women with great connections in the same room, and making sure that the WOW brand is inclusive and positive and funny. Like funny financial feminism is like the vibe. Because I was so stressed out about money for so long. And like you said a little bit earlier, Kat, like you guys came from this kind of like lack mindset. I mean, did you feel like growing up that was something that really affected you a lot or that you had to overcome as a business owner?
Well, my parents were, oh gosh, how can I say this politely? The biggest money lack mindset I have ever met in my entire life, that now I've just accepted as an adult that I'm not going to change their ways, but I can control what I can control. And my mom is an immigrant. My dad is legally blind, and they were entrepreneurs on the side, and always had this mindset of like, life is so hard, and working hard means that you're going to suffer for the rest of your fucking life. And we had everything. We had a really good life, but it was always this, life is so hard. Working is hard. Making money is hard. And now they treat me as an adult like, oh, Catherine just likes to piss her money away because I will hire someone to do something that's not my zone of genius, as opposed to like suffering through something I have zero desire or skill to do. And I'm kind of talking about home repairs, but I'm like, my time is valuable and I'm not going to waste it to save a few bucks, but they're never, ever going to understand where I'm coming from and giving myself permission to know that, hey, that's okay. They can do them, I can do me, but it's important for me to surround myself with other people that fit the mindset of where I want to go. But that's a choice for me too. If I don't make that choice to hang out with people who also value those same things, then I'm just going to be stuck in that money lack mindset.
Absolutely. And Allison, did you feel like that growing up too?
Yeah, I had entrepreneur parents as well. And so I never, ever wanted to be an entrepreneur because I was like, entrepreneurship means hard, not freedom, financial stability. If being an entrepreneur meant your income went up and down and it was not consistent and you didn't know what was going to be a good year and what was going to be a hard year. And again, just like Kat, we fucking went to Hawaii every year. We had a beautiful house. We wanted for nothing, but I still had that like message of you hold on to your money. You don't know like if money's always going to be flowing. And even now, like there's little comments from my mom, especially of they have like a lot of money now. My dad's company has done very, very well. But there's still this like, Mom, you can go travel now. You can go do this. You have the money for this. And it's like, well, I can't do this because we need to do this. And I'm like, you can do both. And so I'm now doing this, like, there's parts of me that don't really want to or feel comfortable fully sharing financial successes or, oh yeah, Brian or got me a new car, or like now I'm going to hire somebody to do my laundry. Like I don't want to share that because I don't want the comment that is going to follow that of like, why would you spend money on that? Like you just work less. You don't need to work so hard. And I'm like, no, I don't actually. I can totally set my own schedule, but I also just don't want to do that. That's not how I want to spend my time. I'd rather go play with my kids. I'd rather sit at the lake. I'd rather go travel. I'd rather go do whatever the fuck I want to do than sit down and do laundry and change my sheets. And so we weren't raised with that like mentality of we have money and we can spend it on things to help us enjoy our life more versus just like pay bills. And so when we were doing the event last year, both of us have massively worked on our money mindset, and we've both made that an individual and a joint priority going into this year. But everything was like, what are we going to do? We're losing. And even this year, like events are so much money. Good God, there's so much money. And like, we are still constantly having to put ourselves in check almost every day. Like money flows to us freely and easily. All this money is going to come back to us. The money we put out is going to come back. Like we have to say that over and over and over. And we still celebrate every single ticket that comes through of like, thank God, oh my God, thank God. Like keep them coming. Because like we believe that this has this huge power, but that doesn't mean it's not stressful in the building of this impact. And we are more comfortable now knowing we lost a ton of money last year, thousands and thousands of dollars, 5 figures.
Invested.
We invested 5 figures last year.
Money mindset coaching happening right now.
In the event, but we also, the world did not end. Our businesses didn't crumble. The event, it didn't stop us from doing it again. It like we learned from it. We tweaked some things. We understood our worth more. So we raised our prices more. Like we learned from that investment. And how can we, be more focused on profit, being in the green this year? And then what does that look like next year? What does outsourcing a lot more to get us out of this so we can fully be in just our zone of genius and not all the nitty gritty things? Like we're very intentional of how we're building this out and how we're wanting to set the stage for year 3, year 4, year 10. And what does year 10 look like? And what foundations do we need to put into place now to get to year 10 to be exactly what we want year 10 to look like?
Hearing about year 10, that makes me so happy.
I wasn't thinking about year 10, if I'm honest.
She's like, year 2 still?
Oh.
So I totally agree. And I events are fucking expensive, and the investment into those for us, coming to the event as an attendee, it is a lot because, we're paying for hotels, we're paying for some food, even though y'all are taking care of us during the day. Like there's still so much travel stuff that comes along with that. That's obviously not a part of the ticket price. So as you guys are considering where to travel to have these events, I'm sure you're like, is there a close airport? Are there direct flights? That kind of stuff. And you two do not live in Nashville or Scottsdale or even in the same city. So where are you guys located? Tell people that a little bit. I feel like the digital world brings us all together.
I'm in the Chicagoland area now, even though I moved previously from Washington. I kind of lived all over the West Coast in a bunch of different states. All my kids were born in different states. But Allison's in the Seattle area. But like you said, we want to pick fun places that people actually want to go to. Do people want to go to Seattle or Chicago? In our minds, no, that's boring. Maybe it's because we live there. But airport, like you said, super huge. We were going to pick a venue in Franklin and we couldn't it didn't make sense to do this venue that we knew someone would have to drive 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get to. I'm like, nope, I've been to events like that and I fucking hate that. So I'm not doing that to somebody else.
Yeah, we want to make it the easiest possible. And we want to do it in girls trip cities. And because this is a girls trip, there's some men coming, yes. But at the end of the day, we want it to be fun. And this is something that you're treating yourself to and investing in your business, but also taking a fucking break and go have a drink with your friend and dance and enjoy being a business owner and the freedoms that allows you to have. Yes, childcare is always going to be an issue. What do you think? We just leave our kids in a cave? We also have to think about childcare too. This, we haven't figured it all out. We have the same struggles, but we also prioritize our business growth and we prioritize ourselves and what that looks like in using our partners, using our community, using the village that we have at home to help us facilitate that. And so that's always a big thing that comes up with travel, especially and then so we have a lot of people please come to so-and-so because that's by me. And we're I don't know that a Dakota is, on the UPP vibe.
And I hate to be...
But thank you so much for your opinion.
I hate to sound so brash and insensitive, but this is a feminist type podcast. So I feel like I'm in the nest, the tree of trust. But in your typical wife-husband relationship, do you think your husband is feeling guilty about leaving for the entire week for however long to go somewhere for work? No, they don't ever. Oh, my wife's going to be at home alone with the kids. I just can't do it. Fuck no.
Ryan might because he knows that I'm a psychopath, but he's not the norm.
I just came back from being gone all week because I was at a creative conference that I spoke at. And my husband, he was fine. None of our 3 children crumbled to the ground and they were sick. And but it's fine. And he knows how important my business is for me and he supports me. And I don't need to ask his permission to go to these things. And I understand that every relationship is different, but are you running a business or are you running a hobby? And at some point, you need to make that decision for yourself. Because I used to be the mom who would run my business during nap time. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's only going to take you so far. So if you're only one person and you're trying to juggle literally all of the things by yourself, you're going to be the biggest problem as to why you're not having success in your business. And I say that with so much love because that was me for so long. And I just got to the point where I was like, fuck this. I want to make some serious money so my kids can be proud of me. And I'm not going to do that by trying to appease to everybody else's schedules and putting my schedule last.
Yeah.
God, just preach it.
Came out the closet.
Snaps. Okay.
I'm so passionate about it. It drives me crazy.
Both of us feel very passionate about this issue. It's the thing that we hear the most. We did a podcast episode on it, and it's like, we are obsessed with our kids. We love our kids. We prioritize our kids, but we freaking love our business. And our husbands are very much in the loop in supporting our business because that means more money for our whole family, which means more money for them too. So it is a two-way street. Like, yes, they are supportive in our dreams and our goals, but them being supportive in that means we make more money as a family, and nobody should be putting in the hours of building this business that is hard and long and a grind and not making any money to the point where you see this event or you see something that you really feel like would help you and thinking, I could never afford that, or my husband would never go for that, or I don't have family around, so I can't have anybody watch my kids. Like, do you know the amount of neighbors that I've had to ask to pick up my kid from the bus stop and bring them to their house for 20 minutes until my husband can go? Like, you ask. And then you say, guess what? Next week when I come back, go take a day for yourself and I will reciprocate and I'll pick up your kid and I'll have him over at my house. And we do the shuffle because that's what we do as moms. And we figure it out. We're problem solvers. And so like, this is just another instance of problem solving your business to make something actually happen so you can be a financial gainer and earner for your family. What the hell are you doing this for if you're not bringing money into your family?
I mean, do you think that y'all's husbands want to see you take all this time and plan this big event and have that not come through financially for your families? Like, I don't. Like, I feel like that's so important. And that's why this ticket prices we're talking about within events is the ticket price. Like, you will get something out of that. But also, like, as someone who loves to put money in the wallets of women, like, I'm not like, my mindset goes to that first. Like, is a woman benefiting, even myself as a woman, am I benefiting from money going into their wallet? Yes, I am. Because anytime women have money in their wallets, more often it goes to the next generation, it goes to healthcare, it goes to education, and it goes like 90% of that usually goes back into their local community. So women having money is never a bad thing. I mean, so many of us grew up probably with that lack mindset like we've been talking about, or with the idea that, like, for me, I mean, it was kind of interesting because it's this interesting like feminism dichotomy. I'm not really sure, but like, I wasn't raised as a woman to be the breadwinner. I was raised to be the jam, which is what my mom calls herself. She's like, my dad's the bread and I like supply the jam. So she paid for like our vacations. She paid for all the fun stuff, our extracurriculars. And did I sleep in a dentist's office at night sometimes so that she could like work her part-time job? Absolutely, I did. Every single one of my siblings like remembers laying on the couches with like this reel of pretty teeth, you know, like advertisements going on. She figured it out. Like, I'm going to actually have my mom on the podcast because
I love that.
The jam.
She speaks.
The jam's coming.
Yeah, I'm going to have the jam. The jam's coming on. And so for me, like, in a weird, interesting way, like that might seem as like a negative to some people, but I was like, as women, I think it was actually very freeing. Like, we get to take the risks that maybe society doesn't understand that we're going to take. And every time that I've gone to something or that I've put money in someone's wallet by hiring them, I mean, at this point, we've had over 80 women have worked for me in the last 14 years. Like, there has been so much money going to the wall to women, not to mention all the vendors, not to mention all of the events and the connections, any of that. Like, I put my money where my fucking heart is, literally on my sleeve right here. I guess like, oh, there's a good one. But I feel like if you come from it, like you said, like this place of lack, this place of I can't, that mindset that we've been talking about is what was in our way for so long. And for me, it was like almost all of my 20s and almost all of my previous 5 businesses. Like, I can't. And instead of shrinking ourselves to believe that we have to fit in the budget we already have, why cannot we expand ourselves to include additional revenue streams? So even if you're thinking like, but Amanda, I really can't. And I'll be like, okay, so maybe not yet, not right now. This isn't the right timing for me, but you just heard these ladies say they're going to do this for like forever. And you heard that I'm going to go to it for forever. So like, it's okay. But maybe in the next year, what you could be saying is like, okay, for 2024, how can I, instead of I can't, how can I, what would it take for me to do that? What money do I need to put aside? What you guys had payment plans, I know, for a while as well. Like, what can I do that would help me get to this place to have this investment of connection, of energy, of actually not just being a solopreneur at my home all of the time, but being out in the world and making real world connections that then can continue online. Like, if we don't make those investments and if we don't take those risks, because trust me, your homegirl has taken every financial risk I can think of. And I'm going to be speaking at Ultimate Product Party about business funding and basically how to make this all work. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be a really fun kind of a game situation. Like, I'm still developing the full structure. So just you'll have to come and see.
Love it.
Which, don't worry, I have an affiliate link so you can come and hang out with me at UPP and give this woman a little money in her wallet as well as the other ladies. But it's going to be business funding, marry, fuck, kill. So like, how do we have fun with these conversations that are so stressful around money? How do we add some of that comedy, some of that proud over perfect? Because I used to feel like I couldn't talk about it because I wasn't perfect. Like, trust me, I'm like, I just birthed. Like, nothing is perfect. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way the world is for me. But like, how do we make ourselves proud? And how do we have these investments that feel great? And I know that funding feels like this massive thing. And don't get me wrong, as women, absolutely are we not having the same amount of funding as men. But you get to learn about my story a little bit, how I funded all of my businesses. And I'll talk you through, I literally got a text today, you guys, because loan sharks just love me so much. They love to slide into my DMs. Oh my God. I swear, phone calls, voicemails, emails, I guess, actually DMs too, but this was a text message that I got today. And it was so fucking sneaky. I was like, if I didn't already know that this was like so fake, like I might have texted back. It says in this text message I got today, following up, like I mentioned earlier, not looking to waste anyone's time. Just let me know your email and how much you're looking for, and I'll make it happen. No name, no nothing. That is somebody looking for my email and my information to fund my business. That is a loan shark, and you will end up paying more than you fucking borrowed from this dude in my phone. Like, you can see it on here. And I've saved hundreds of these. And I'm just like, you want to read what these people actually say and how they try to get your money and all those things. And when I was desperate for money, I took them. I believed everything they said. And now I've already paid all of them off. We're good. I got that nice SBA money. I'm like sleeping with the enemy kind of vibes. Like, not the enemy, but like I'm married to the money in a way because it's a 30-year long commitment. So like, you can have debt. It can be good debt. You can have funding, but there's going to be the funding that you want to marry, like the SBA, the 30-year loan with like super low interest rate. She's so cute. I love her. And then we have the fuck, which like maybe you just need funding for like a new sewing machine or a new dishwasher for your restaurant. Like, you want to get in bed for a little bit, but not a long-term thing. And then there's the ones like this loan shark that you want to kill, that you want to see 6 feet under, that you do not even want to fuck with. They've got STDs. Like, no, we're not doing it. So we're going to talk about these and like how to look out for them, how to look out for some of these scams. and how to find funding that is actually beneficial to your business, to your mindset, and provides cash flow throughout the entire time. I already have 100 red flags and green flags that we're going to be waving in the air, playing around with like, is this a red flag or a green flag? Like, we're going to have fun talking about business funding, and I cannot wait. So please join me in Nashville with these amazing ladies. Like, I can't even tell you, I'm so excited. I think we're coming down maybe even like Monday. If y'all need help, let me know.
Yeah, you got to be there on Tuesday to set up. You got to be there on Tuesday to set up your shit.
Oh yeah, we will be there. I have me and 3 other ladies. We're setting up all our shit. We'll be ready to go. I got a cute backdrop, all the balloons. Thanks to Ashley from Pink Flamingo for getting my ass in that profit vibes. Like, there's so much that we're going to provide to this, and just the energy and everything, that I cannot wait to see it all come together yet again. And I cannot wait to attend for the next 10 years and beyond, and just continue to bring more, especially you guys out there. You're like, I'm sitting here, I have a product-based business, I live in Louisville. Can I sit in Amanda's van to get down there? Like, yes, I'll give you a ride, bitch. Like, let's go. Like, it's all good.
We'll throw you in the back of the trailer with a shopping cart.
Yeah. If you don't mind, like, we'll strap you in somehow, some bungee cords, whatever we got to do. But like, you're going to have the best time.
Caravan. Like, how fun would a caravan be? That would be so fun.
Woman-owned wheels right there.
Oh, baby. Yes, please come. It really is going to be like the thing that you end the year like, oh my God, I'm so happy I went to that. I'm so glad I spent that, because it's just a mix of exactly what you need as a business owner, like Amanda's breakout, which every single person is attending. And we intentionally did that because we know the importance of that topic. Same as taxes. Kat and I just had a little taxes snafu situation happen, and we will now be sitting front and center in the breakout, as will everybody, because that's something that everybody needs. So you will come to UPP wanting the TikTok, wanting the selling on stories, but you are getting that. And you are also getting money, funding, taxes, and other aspects of your business that you just need to know. If you are going to be the boss that you want to be, you have to know these things. And we want to give you the opportunity to sit down, ask questions, really immerse yourself and learn, and see yourself as a serious business owner that also likes to have fun.
Seriously fun business owner. Like I said, if I'm going for funny financial feminism, like, you can add some joy, you can add some fun. And if you're struggling to add that in, UPP has got it for you. You don't even have to worry about it. You got to just bring your chicest outfit, because it's like a fashion show vibe. Oh, that's one of my favorite parts about it. It feels like not red carpet, but like pink carpet, like vibes. Like,
you need to get a pink carpet. Write that down.
I was like, do you need to borrow one?
Yes. Yes, we do.
I've been needing to buy one anyway. So listen, I'll invest.
Yes, buy it. Yes, do that. And
then I'll share the love.
And share the love. And yes, and as part of your ticket, after you listen to this episode and you're like, oh my God, can't get my ticket fast enough, when you go buy your ticket with Amanda's link, you are going to get like the welcome email, and it's Kat and I in New York City at Central Park, and we're like, oh my God, you're coming, woo! And then you're going to get another email with the style call that we had with stylist Erin Stoll with Style Thief Fashion, and she did a like jumpstart to your UPP outfit Zoom with the attendees a couple weeks back. And she has a catalog of like curated outfit ideas that you can play around with. So really just help you with that style moment, and you feeling confident and showing up as your best self and being in branding, because we're going to have so many backdrops and opportunities for you to leave with some new brand photos and videos and B-roll and all the fun things that you need to show up as the awesome brand that you are. So we got your outfit help covered. You've thought of it all.
I wanted so bad to go to that call, and I'm so glad you have a replay of it, because I am a board member of a local networking group, and I had to go that night. And I was like, no, the style call. So please get on that, y'all. It's going to be amazing. And just, I mean, I just feel like at this point, like, let's wrap it up. Y'all are coming with me. It's all good. And we're going to hang out in May. So moneymakers, I know you're listening and you're like, oh, how can I put money into the wallets of these amazing women? So Kat, can you give us like a little bit of just where they can find you and how they can put money into your wallet? Then we'll go on to Allison, and then we'll go on to UPP as a whole.
Well, if you want to buy super sexy and fun paper party and gift goodies, you can head on over to kittymeowboutique.com. I also specialize in teaching other women how to sell their products in stores with wholesale. So I have a whole educational part of the Kitty Meow website. And Allison?
I'm Allison Carter Celebrates, 2L and an Allison. Thank you very much. On Instagram to like all the places. I have a monthly membership called the Basic Pitch Club, where all of us basic pitches just get together and talk about our content and our pitch strategy and getting eyeballs in front of our actual stuff that we're creating. And that is the best and easiest way to work with me. And then I do retreats and other coaching programs as well on top of UPP. So Allison Carter Celebrates, come to ACC land.
And you can follow Ultimate Product Party at ultimateproductparty.com, on Instagram at Ultimate Product Party, and on TikTok at Ultimate Product Party. So all the places, Ultimate Product Party.
You guys know we love some TikTok action. So please give them a follow everywhere. Put money into their wallets and come and hang out with me at Ultimate Product Party and learn which business funding to marry, fuck, and kill. So let's learn together and let's enjoy our time together. And like I said, just hang out with your peers, network, and even just growing your business that way. Even if it was just one of these things, it would have been worth it. But with literally the thousands of things that go into this event, I couldn't be more happy to be attending myself and to have my staff attending, knowing that they're going to learn so much good stuff and meeting all of you. So thank you so much, Kat. Thank you so much, Allison. And moneymakers, go out there and make that money.
Thanks, Amanda.
If you want to put more money into the wallets of women like we do, then check out our website, thewomanownedwallet.com. And we can't wait to continue the conversation on our social media. So definitely follow us on our Instagram at womanowned.wallet and on TikTok at womanownedwallet. You can support us by following our podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify. And don't forget to leave us a review. Thank you for listening to Woman Owned Wallet, the podcast.